Welcome. I am Jason Saliba. I'm an editor at the Clinical Interpretations of Variance in Cancer, or CIViC knowledge base. I will be walking you through our development of evidence statement curation algorithms to aid cancer variant interpretation. Evidence curated into CIViC from peer-reviewed literature is assigned one of 5 levels, which infer the robustness of the evidence. Levels A through C include patient studies ranging from large-scale clinical trials to individual case reports. Level D, or preclinical, is generated from in vivo or in vitro experiments, and inferential describes indirect associations. Each evidence type describes the clinical or biological effect a variant has either on therapeutic response, predictive, determining a patient's diagnosis or disease subtype, diagnostic, predicting disease progression or patient survival, prognostic, disease susceptibility, predisposing, biological alterations relevant to a cancer phenotype, oncogenic, or protein function, functional. Here is an example of a CIViC evidence item. Highlighted in red is the evidence statement, which is a required entry for all evidence items. Evidence statements are to be written in the curator's own words, but should only include the author's interpretations. Statements should provide enough detail on the results and the clinical impact to stand alone from the original paper. In doing so, a delicate balance between detail and readability must be upheld, as a statement that is too short will require the user to independently review the paper, and one that is too long could result in difficulty identifying relevant information. Highlighted in blue is the evidence rating, which is scored on a scale from 1 to 5 stars and reflects the curator's confidence in the quality of the summarized evidence. Both new and experienced curators have indicated the need for improved direction on creating evidence statements and maintaining their readability. Analysis of CIViC evidence has shown predictive evidence predominates, comprising 55% of all submitted evidence. When viewing the breakdown of predictive evidence by level, high-level A and B clinical data represent 27% and preclinical comprises 42%. Furthermore, preclinical data is clearly dominated by the predictive evidence type at 91%. Predictive evidence describes the impact a variant has on drug response, whether that supports or does not support sensitivity, resistance, adverse response, or reduced sensitivity. Due to the predominance of predictive evidence, this type became our initial focus to create curation guidance regarding the construction of evidence statements to meet the needs of our curators. On the left is our quick guide for predictive level A or B evidence. Generally, curators should follow author interpretations and focus the statement on clinical data, as in vivo and in vitro results should be curated under other evidence types or levels. Curators are recommended to provide key information on the phase and type of the study, but not extensive background information on the gene or disease. Only the demographics, genotypes, and patient numbers for the variant of interest and controls should be provided. Treatment study arms should be relayed, but dosage and toxicity need not be unless special circumstances are involved. Primary endpoints like progression-free survival, along with response rates and statistical support, should be mentioned. To end the statement, curators should provide a summary sentence of the author's conclusions related to the impact the variant has on therapy response. At the bottom are unique aspects of clinical studies curators should consider when assigning an evidence rating, like cohort size, control groups, and the presence or absence of statistics. Next, on the right, is the Quick Start Guide for predictive level D evidence. The diverse array of in vivo and in vitro experiments that classify drug response require a different approach for evidence statement curation. Generally, curators should prioritize detailing primary experiments directly measuring cell viability, tumor size, or animal death. If greater than or equal to 3 total experiments are presented, descriptions of secondary experiments which address mechanisms of drug resistance should be limited to trends. Clinical information or results unrelated to drug response or mechanism belong in other CIViC evidence types. Curators should provide detailed descriptions of cell types used as controls. Details of the assays, results, or data trends of the primary in vitro experiments are to be included in the evidence statement, as should mouse type, numbers, and statistics or trends related to survival or tumor size for in vivo experiments. General trends may be used when describing secondary experiments that evaluate downstream impact, drug processing, or drug interaction. Curators should summarize the author's conclusion regarding the variant relationship and potential response mechanism. Finally, curators should consider things like controls, replicates, and drug concentrations when assigning an evidence rating. CIVic's contributor base has displayed steady annual increases and currently includes 274 contributing users. These quick start guides ease curation burden while maintaining curator voice and the balance between detail and readability of the evidence statements. The guides can be actively refined and improved as new curation scenarios arise. Similar guides for other civic evidence types and levels are being created and tested to aid curation. I'd like to acknowledge the CIViC team and our collaborators. Thank you for listening.